Hey guys, it's Olivia. Welcome back. Today I thought I would show you how I prepare one of my favorite simple, easy weeknight meals. This is a miso butter salmon recipe. I'll also show you how to prepare sushi rice properly and a really fast ginger broccoli side dish that you can serve along with it. So first you'll need a piece of salmon. This was about a 1 pound fillet of salmon that was serving 2 people. First things first, you want to prepare the miso butter that's going to flavor our salmon. So I took about 1 tablespoon of butter and I pop it in the microwave for just 15 seconds to soften it. It's much easier to work with when it's softened. And for the miso I'm using, I have a red miso paste. I live next to a really great Japanese market, and when I'm in need of miso, I head there, and this is the one that the lady who works there recommends. It's her favorite, so it's the one I have. I take about 1 tablespoon of the miso paste and start to mix it with the butter, and you want to mix it so that they blend together and it almost creates a miso butter paste. So to continue to flavor the miso butter, I'm adding just a couple teaspoons of sugar, white sugar. You could use brown sugar as well. I'm adding just a couple drops of sesame oil. It's one of my favorite flavors in this dish, but it can be quite strong, so you only need a little bit. And I'm adding some tamari, which is just gluten-free soy sauce, to add some saltiness. If you've noticed, I actually haven't salted the salmon at all because the miso and the tamari really take care of that. And I'm adding just a little bit of rice vinegar to give the miso butter some acidity. It balances really nicely against the sugar and the tamari. You want to just mix that thoroughly. This is about the right texture. A paste that's not too drippy, it'll stick to the salmon nicely. And I just spoon it over the fillet, ensuring I cover every little bit of it. I cover the top, and you want to make sure you put some of the miso butter along the sides of the salmon as well. One of the reasons I cook this salmon so often is because I can easily just stick it in a 400-degree oven and prepare my side dishes while the salmon cooks. I don't have to do anything. The oven takes care of it. Here I've just prepared a baking sheet with a piece of foil, place the salmon on top, and I like to always add a little extra butter on top of the salmon and some black pepper. You could skip the black pepper if you don't like that flavor. I enjoy it, and the butter is just to ensure that the salmon cooks thoroughly, and it makes it a little bit easier to take the salmon off the foil when it's done. While the salmon is cooking, I'm going to show you how to prepare sushi rice. So you want to thoroughly wash your sushi rice just like this in a bowl of water until the water begins to run clear. I'm going to dump out that water, and to cook sushi rice properly, you want to cook it with a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 part rice to 1 part water. This is about 3/4 cup of sushi rice, so I'm going to add 3/4 cup of water to the Dutch oven. To cook the rice, you're going to take your pot over to your stove, turn it up to high, and just until the water begins to boil, that's when you want to cut the heat back to low, put on a cover, and let the rice cook for about 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes, you want to cut the heat completely so the stove will be off, and continue to let the rice cook with the top on for another 10 minutes. So that will be about 20 minutes total cooking time. Your sushi is on the stove, the salmon is still in the oven cooking. We're gonna prepare this really simple broccoli side dish. This is a baby variety of broccoli. The stems on these were a little long for my liking, so I just wanted to trim the ends off so that the broccoli would cook evenly and be really tender. To season the broccoli, I'm chopping up some fresh garlic into slices. I'm not mincing it. I find that when you mince garlic, it burns much easier. I'm also taking a couple pieces of green onions. We're going to use the entire green onion in this dish, so the green tops we'll reserve later as a garnish. And for now, I want to chop the white part of the green onion. I find that people just throw these away, but you can use them in recipes just like you would use yellow onion or red onion. And one of my favorite flavors is ginger, so that's going to be our trifecta for seasoning the broccoli. This is actually a piece of frozen ginger that I grate on a lemon zester. I find that it's super easy to work with, and when I'm done, I just pop the ginger back in the freezer. I'm just taking a little piece of butter and that sesame oil again. This is what we're going to saute our broccoli in. And I'm just putting these on high heat to get them melted. First goes in the green onion. I'm just cooking these till they're soft and fragrant. Next goes in the ginger. At this stage, you want to add your broccoli to your onions and your ginger. If it seems like you've added too much broccoli to your pan, don't worry. They'll look a little bit like they don't fit in the pan now, but they'll start to wilt down and get smaller. And first, I almost want to steam the broccoli to get it cooking, so I'm going to add back some of the rice vinegar and place the top on just to get the broccoli steamed cooked in the beginning. After a couple minutes, the broccoli should be just about steam cooked because of the vinegar we added to the pot. You just want to start to mix the broccoli thoroughly, and now is when I'm adding the fresh cut garlic. Also adding a little drizzle of tamari to add an umami flavor. Leftover miso butter from the salmon, go ahead and add it to the broccoli. I try not to waste anything while I cook, and it'll continue to add a depth of flavor to the dish. Our salmon, our rice, and our broccoli should all be just about finished cooking. So lastly, I'm going to take the tops of the green onions, cut them on a bias, and this is what we'll use to garnish our dish. After 20 minutes of cooking, again 10 minutes on low and 10 minutes with the heat off, we have perfectly cooked sushi rice. You really want to make sure that the rice is not hard. That means it's undercooked. And if it's mushy, that means you probably cooked it a little too long. To season the rice, I like a mixture of rice vinegar, white sugar, and just a little bit of salt. You pour it right on top of the cooked rice and it soaks it up beautifully and gives it a really nice flavor.
This cut is fresh.
After about 25 to 30 minutes, my salmon is perfectly cooked. For you, it will all depend on the size of the salmon you have, your oven temperature, but I'd say on average for a 1-pound fillet, it should take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. This one took about 25 to 30. So I'm portioning it out for 2 people.
If you can't say anything real nice, it's better not to talk at all, is my advice.
I hope you enjoyed watching me prepare this meal. It only took me about 30 minutes, which I love. It's simple, it's nutritious. That's the best kind of food in my book, and I hope this inspires you to cook more at home. Bye!